Hello, this is Ruth, and today I'm going to share with you a brand new die set from Tonic Studios. This is the Buzzing Beehive House Gift Box die set, and it makes this gorgeous little beehive here, and then when you turn the packaging around you can see that the dies can actually be adapted to make this little house as well. It's really cute. There are 44 different dies in this set. These are the dies, and we're just going to have a very quick look through them, and then I'm going to make something really nice. This is one of the showcase set of dies from Tonic, so you'll get full instructions with it, and I have mine printed out here, and then these are the dies, and I'm just going to have a very quick look before I start to make something. But I always like to give you an idea of some things that you can do with the die set, as well as what's intended and what's in the packaging. So first of all, we can see there are 3 layering rectangle dies here, and they could make very simple mats and layers for your cards. They don't necessarily have to be used with this die set. They're actually the basis for the little layers of the beehive and the little house, but you could use them for anything. And then we can see here that there are lots of lovely little layering flowers, a beautiful little scallop. This could be used along here or as a beautiful little continuous border. You can add 1 or 2 of them along. You could layer them up. Really beautiful. And a gorgeous little bee there as well. And then these little pieces that are for the house. So we've got a little door there with a beautiful little heart cut out of it. And obviously that little heart then will pop out, and you'll have that as waste, which you could use as confetti or what. And then little windows and other little things like a little gate here. And those are all really beautiful on cards as well. And this one says, "Be happy." That's really beautiful. Then these layers are actually for making up the beehive, and you've got little things in there as well. This one's particularly cute because it has 2 little bees and the wings pop up, and some lovely little honeycomb shapes. So don't forget that actually, because it's very important to remember to get good usage out of your die set, to use it not only for what's in the packaging. This piece is actually for the roof. So we've got the rectangle, and this isn't a cutting line across here, it's actually a score line. So this folds in half, and you could use that for all sorts of things as well. Now, I was going to make the lovely little beehive, and I wasn't too sure how I was going to get the effect I wanted for the sort of wood grain, and I've come up with a little idea, so I hope this works. I've taken some tan brown classic card, and I've just lifted it out onto my desk, and normally I like to work on a glass mat, but because it reflects whenever I'm videoing, I always use this little roll-up mat here. So this is my Easy Clean mat, the 14 by 14 inch craft mat, and I pop it down here because then I can use it on top of my work surface, and it's very easily cleaned up. Now I've got a few other products that I want to use across this just to give it a kind of woody effect. And I've got my little Nuvo brush ready, and then I've picked out some crystal drops here. So these are mustard gold metallic crystal drops. Then I have some sparkle spray, so this is cream gold, and I've got some dream drops, Cloud 9 dream drops, and I'm going to use these across here. But I've also taken a little ink pad. So this is soft suede, and it's from this little set, so it's the Woodland Walk set. And first of all, I'm going to drag that across this page and give myself a kind of woody effect with this first of all, and then I'll dab some of this out and dab it with my brush. I'm going to spray some of the sparkle spray into a little glass container and dip my brush in and move that back and forwards, and we'll give a little sheen with this as well. And that way we should have a nice grainy kind of effect on this piece of paper. I'm just using that lightly because if I press too hard on that, you just get a really solid shape on it. But you can see what I really want is a liney effect. So we'll do some by using the flat edge first of all, and then I'll angle this so that I can get just the corner of that going across the page. So next I want to add some of the crystal drops, and all I need to do then is put some of that out here onto my work surface, and then dip this little brush in and drag it across. and then some dream drops. And then some sparkle spray. And then just to finish off, I want to add a little bit more of the ink pad across here. Now I just need to leave that to dry for a minute or two. It looks really, really beautiful. There's actually a little bit of a sheen off it as well, but it does look quite woody already. I've used chocolate brown then to cut out the little roof and the 3 different rectangle sizes for the bases of the little beehives. Then I have used my lovely paper that I decorated there, and I've cut out all these little panels down here. So it says on those instructions that you've got to cut out 2 of each of these. So that'll be this outside shape, and there are 6 of them. That will be this one, and these ones. And I've cut out 2 of each of those from my lovely patterned paper. I have all these little pieces cut out according to the instructions there. I've cut out the exact amount, and then you can see the wood effect on it looks really, really lovely. You can see a kind of shimmer, but you can also see that wood effect. Now to add the panels on top of these ones, I have used the outline dies to cut some lemon luster card, and you can see one there that I've already gone ahead and glued it on. Thought it was a kind of honey kind of thing, kind of honey colour. And then I took some gold mirror card and I used the same die along with this beautiful little honeycomb patterned one, and I've cut out some gold on top of that, and I'm going to glue that on there, and that will, I'll still see my lovely wood grain around it. I don't want to cover it all up, but unfortunately it has to cover quite a wee bit, but you can still see it. Now you can have a little look on the die sheet here, and you'll see that all of these little layers have to be cut out. I'm cutting the inside ones in gold, and then I'm cutting the backing ones in the lemon luster, and I'm going to go ahead and glue all of those together. There are a couple I've already done. I've got all of the little pieces all glued together here, and now you can see that I've picked out the smallest base and the 4 small sides, and I've got them with the wider end facing in towards this, and I've got the 2 with the little tabs on them facing each other and the other 2 facing each other here. So what I need to do now then is put glue along these tabs. I've already burnished all of these. I've taken my little bone folder and I have burnished all of my little score lines, so they're all nice and crisp, and I just need to put glue on each of those and glue them to this. Then I can fold up the sides, and these are at slightly different angles from this one, so I need to go the whole way around gluing this bottom one on, and then when the glue has taken on all of those, I'll come back and glue the little top tab on. Now they're all glued together, and you can really see it starting to take shape. So we've got the 3 little boxes, and now these little tabs here are going to get glued together so that they can make these stackable. Now you'll see here that there are actually 5 tabs. The one without the glue tab on the side of it is actually for the roof, so you'll want the other 4, and you need to cut those out twice each. And we'll be adding some onto the middle box and some onto the top box. So I've got them here and burnished again. These are for the top one, and all we need to do is glue them on here. So you'll turn your box upside down, and go ahead and glue these tabs onto the base here. So just remember, you've got 2 long sides, put the tab on, 2 long sides and 2 short sides, and we can glue that on, and then that will make it sort of loosely stackable onto the other one. So I've glued them on there now, and they can just stack up nice and neatly. Now we've got to make a little roof for here, and we've also got to make the little feet for the base here. So I'll start off by making the feet, and you've got a lovely little die here that's a square with some tabs marked onto it, little notches, and I've cut 4 of these out in brown, and all you need to do is fold over all these little score lines and glue the tabs together. So all you're going to do is make 4 little feet by gluing those little corner tabs right in there, and that will give you this little shape. And we've got 4 of those, and I can just take that off for a moment or two and glue the 4 of them onto the base here. Now, I really like this wood effect paper, so I did go ahead and make another sheet of it because I was going to do the roof in brown, but I decided to cut it out in brown first of all and use that for a reinforcement to keep it a bit stronger, and used some of the extra wood paper that I made for the top here. So you can see that I have actually just trimmed the brown one and popped it inside there and then folded it over. So it's making this a bit stronger. But I really like that wood effect, and you can't see the sort of detail on it too much there, so I thought that it would be really nice to get a bit more of it showing on the roof. Now the tab that I showed you before here, that has the little edge on it but no tab on the side, that you'll need to cut that out twice along with this little die here, and cut that one out twice as well, and then you'll be able to assemble those all together by gluing them together in this configuration, and then burnish all those score lines, fold this around, and you'll be able to then glue that tab onto here, and that gives you the sort of structure for adding your little roof on top. And then now you can see that all these glue tabs are facing upwards, and you can put glue all along all of those and then pop the roof in place. And if you turn this upside down like this, you'll be able to see exactly where to put it, and it will fit really snugly in there. So there it is, all glued together, and it looks really beautiful. I really love those little ones there with the bees. You can see that you can just pop their wings up, and that looks absolutely gorgeous, especially in that gold. Now you'll notice when you turn this round to the side that you've got these little areas here, and there's a little die that you can use to cut out little tabs that are going to fit in there. Now I've cut them out in brown, so I've cut out 4. One will join in here to here and one here. So I'm just going to open that up, and then we'll be able to glue this in here, and then that will slot in there. So you'll take the tab and fold each of them over where that little fold line is, and then slip it into the little slot here and glue it in behind. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue in there, pop that in and just let that hold for a minute or two. And I'll do the same on the other side. I'll just let that sit until the glue dries for a minute or two, but I'll pop this one in here as well. So now you can stack them all together and they'll stay nice and neatly, and you'll be able to put little gifts or things inside there and know that they're all going to stay in place. Now there's a little area on the top of the roof there that I am going to put a little Be Happy sign on. It's really, really beautiful. I've cut the background out in the lemon luster again, and it's the same background that I used for the top shelf there, and then the Be Happy I used the same plain dye along with this one, so those two together and in gold, and I glued one on top of the other, and now I'm going to put this on top of the roof. That is so, so beautiful. I really love the ingenuity behind that one, and that'll make a really beautiful gift on its own, never mind something that you can put a gift inside. Now, I was only asked to make one sample for this, but I couldn't leave without showing you one more little idea, because I like to give you a few ideas of things that you can make, as well as the 3D element that is in the kit. So I've taken a 5x5 card. It was actually just a 6x6, that Craft Perfect one, and I trimmed it down to 5x5. And I cut pistachio green to go along the bottom, and then bright white to go across the top. And I took a coloured pencil, I scribbled some onto a piece of card, and I used a wet brush just to swipe it back and forwards, and then dabbed some off to make this kind of cloudy effect there, and that's my background for the little card. Then I used the smallest rectangle layering die from this set here, so that was the one that was just inside here, and I've cut that out in craft card, and that was to make my little house for here. So you can see there, then I've just added all the layers on top, and the only piece that isn't actually in that set was a piece of brick red card, and I cut it, I've just put it on here to 6.5 centimeters square, and then cut that diagonally to make a little roof piece. So I've made a triangle out of that and glued it on, and I used this little scoring tool with my scoring board and made some grooves in there, and that is so beautiful. So the little piece here I think was for in behind the windows, but I've actually cut that out and used it for a little chimney on here. There is actually a little die that you can use cut out which makes a three-dimensional chimney, and you can put that together, and actually if you're making the little house that you can adapt, you can glue this onto the top, but I've just used that one flat and put it on here, and some of the little flowers as well, and I think that is just so cute. But I think it's really important to find out other ways to use your die set as well as what's intended on there, so that you get a lot of use out of it. And I'm going to pop this up on 3D foam pads, put it on there, and then we've got a lovely cute little card as well. Now, I know that's really, really simple, but I think simplicity sometimes is just a good way forward as well. And I hope you've really, really enjoyed that too. So there we are again. Those are my finished projects with the set, and I hope you really like them. I know I say this when I come to the end of every video, but I really, really do enjoy the process, and I really love the outcome every time. It's very exciting just to see a lot of flat dies and a lot of pieces of card all come together and turn out looking so pretty at the end. So thank you very, very much for watching. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, to do that. Hit the notification bell, like if you want to, if you've enjoyed it, give it a big thumbs up, and leave me a little comment down below. let me know if you would like to use those Nuvo drops and different sprays and things to make this background, if you enjoyed that too. And I have actually just made a video a couple of days ago using where I made a shelf actually to put some of my Nuvo products on, and I'll put the link down below in the description of this video to that as well. But I find, since I have them not only just the set on my desk but on the wall and not in boxes, I'm definitely using them a lot more. So that's something to bear in mind. It's all very nice to collect them and have them looking pretty in your room, but use them. That's what they're there for. Enjoy them, and let me see what you've done with them as well. Send me some photos and some links to things that you've done with your Nuvo products as well. So I just digressed there, but there we are, and thanks very, very much again, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye. My affiliate links to all of these products will be down in the description as well, so if any of you want to buy these, you know that I'll get a little commission from that, but it won't cost you anything extra, and I always appreciate that as well, so thanks a million. Until next time, bye bye.